What's up, everyone? This is Niyi Adewole, host of the Ekabo Home Financial Freedom Mastermind Group. This group meets virtually every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and the members of this group are committed to achieving financial freedom well before the traditional retirement age. So, in this podcast, you are going to get VIP access to the conversations we have about different forms of investment and creative ways to get your dollars working harder for you than you originally worked to obtain those dollars. This is the first mastermind group of 2023, and I'm so excited to kick off this year. I've spent the last 2 weeks of 2022 thinking hard about and writing down goals for both personal and different businesses that I'm a part of. And I wanted to share just 5 tips for setting goals to crush it in 2023 that you can utilize if you have not already set your goals. It's not too late. All right. You can do it today. You can do it tomorrow. You can do it this week so that you can kick this year off. And so the first is just write down your goals. I can't tell you how many people I talk to that instead of writing down their goals, they just keep it in their head. They're like, hey, I want to accomplish this. And, 3 months later, they don't even remember what the goal was that they were striving for to begin with. And so what I would recommend is just to write down your goals and ensure that you keep it in a place where you can see it. So that's the first tip. Write down your goals. The second tip is set a reasonable timeline for accomplishing your goals. You don't have to accomplish your goals in one day, but you shouldn't set, goals, especially for 1 year that are going to take 5 years to accomplish, right? You've got your 5 year goals, 10 year goals. Try to break that up and set a 1 year goal that's achievable and that you can actually put a timeline to it so that you can make progress toward it and capture those wins along the way. And so first step, write down your goals. Second, set a reasonable timeline. Third, if you're having trouble deciding, hey, this is what I achieved last year, what should I set my goal for next year? I tend to, especially when it comes to real estate related items, I tend to use the theory of just doubling it, right? So for example, last year I helped 20 clients close on different property, right? And I moved into full-time real estate. And so my goal for this year is to help 40 clients close on properties. Some of those will be reoccurring, really majority of those will be reoccurring clients, but I'm also working with new clients that are going to be joining and getting that going as well. And then the fourth one I would say is consistency. Find a way to build consistency into your actions, right? And so, for example, one of my goals for a personal standpoint this year is to work out more and to be able to achieve is to work out more and to be able to achieve. I want to get back to 205. I think right now I'm like 215. I want to get to 205 in weight and things of that nature and continue to consistently hit the gym. And so I could say, hey, I want to hit this pound amount. And I do have that piece. But underneath that, I have, hey, I want to get to the gym 5 times per week. Right. And so that's the goal. The goal is to get to the gym 5 times per week and get a 45 to an hour workout. Right. And so if you're able to do that consistently and plan around those actions, that's easily trackable. That's easy to say, hey, I wake up on a Friday. How many times have I been in the gym? 4. Let me go to the gym. Even though I don't feel like it, let me get out there, go get this fifth workout because that was the goal that I set at the beginning of the year. So consistency and writing down goals around consistent action to achieve those goals. And the last piece I have as a tip for the goal setting is to put them in a place where you will see them, right? Some people will put it on the board that's in their office or in their room. What I've found to be beneficial is Apple has a new background feature where they allow you to put up to 50 background pictures toward on your phone and you can have it rotate through every hour and every so often, just a new photo pop up. And so I took screenshots of the different goals I have for the different businesses as well as personal goals. And I added it to that 50 carousel. And so every so often I'll see those goals pop up and I purposely take the time to just read through them again, even though I know those goals, because on average, they say that humans, when you set goals for personal and company, things of that nature, you have a lifespan of roughly 30 to 90 days that you're going to be committed to that goal. And then you start to forget or it starts to fade in the background as life takes over. And so what I would say is if you're able to put that into the background in your phone and have it rotate through, and just look at that deeply each time, that's another great way to keep track of your goals. And so we have a couple people on the line. Again, I talked about this in the beginning, but Riverside.fm is a little bit different than before. You're actually going to have to join from a computer and click the chat button to talk about what you want to talk about so I can let you in. And so, what do you guys got? What do you guys want to talk about during this time? Here we go. Nice work. Kareem, you are the first one to figure it out.
What is
Kareem, you're the first one to figure it out, man. How you
jumping
doing?
hoops here? Good, good. How are you? Happy New Year.
Hey, happy New Year. It's good to see you again,
Thank you.
man.
Yes.
Did you cut your hair?
Yeah, I'm cutting it, growing it, cutting it. You know,
Fair
trying to
enough,
save
man.
flesh.
Fair enough. Absolutely. But you were talking about service animals.
Yeah, I had a question that came up for my Airbnb, and I found myself kind of like walking on eggshells a little bit when it came to that. Luckily, though, the guest was very understanding, and it was just an inquiry, and they just took what I said at face value, and they were like, "Okay, it's not allowed, it's not allowed, whatever." But I feel that it opens up, the door for, like, legality, like legal issues or anything like that, so I wanted to know if you had that experience and ways to work around it.
Yeah. So I've had a couple people reach out with the service dog thing or service animal in general. And I mean, most of the houses that we manage and all the ones that I own, we don't allow pets. And so the service animals is something different, right? Even for lease agreements, you can't rule out a service animal. But what we do is we take an extra step to weed out those that may be lying. I hate to say it that way, but there are a couple people that do that. And we weed it out by saying, hey guys, okay, that's fine. Can you provide us with the paperwork or a picture of the paperwork and send it in this chat? And for a good majority, that will weed them out. Now, if they actually need a service dog and that's a thing, there's not a way that I know of fully around that. Thankfully, I haven't had anybody like force their way in from that perspective, but it can definitely come up. It's definitely a question that's been asked.
Got it. So you're saying request paperwork, and if they do actually have it in it, it is a service animal. Could you go about it the like allergens way? Did you say like it's essentially a hotel and we're trying to keep the home allergen free for like other guests? Do you think this would fly, or would they still try to like, muscle their way in?
I actually like that. Even if because I mean, a lot of individuals at your personal house that you stay at, even if you're like, hey, we can't allow the pets for, to your point, allergy reasons, things of that nature. I can't see how Airbnb wouldn't back you on that, or at least allow you to charge an extra fee that can help from a cleaning perspective to kind of get it back to normal, especially if you have no pet place. Typically, those individuals should be seeking out places that allow a pet, right? So that there's no discrepancy. And most of the people that are like, hey, can I have a service animal? At least the ones that I've dealt with, as soon as I asked that second question, hey, where's the paperwork? They've just
Mm.
disappeared. Yeah, man. How is everything else going? We're heading into 2023. It's getting ready to go back to high season, right? When it hits end of March and then through September, that's really when it's booming in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. But how's it coming right now?
It's okay, I guess. Breaking even for the most part. Um, trying. I'm keeping my prices low right now to get a higher rate of occupancy, and hopefully that like have the algorithm help me. When I bump up the rates a little bit. So this month bumping up the rates in January, but November and December were pretty strong at the lower rate. So hopefully the algorithm would boost me a little bit when after I raise the rates up.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome, man. And the reviews are coming in?
Yeah, yeah, still maintaining the 4.75. I have all 5-star reviews except for one that gave me 4 stars after they were raving about everything was fantastic and everything was great, and they still give you 4 stars. I'm not.
I
You
hate
know
that.
what I'm
I
thinking
hate that. It's
about?
like, guys,
Is
come on now.
actually, post a guide to the reviewer and just put it somewhere visible, like on a refrigerator or something. Like, hey, in case you're new to this, this is the guide for reviewing. If you had no problems, please give us 5 stars. If you're, and I think they have like already made up like frames that you can hang on Amazon. I think they sell for like $8. So you can create it yourself, laminate it and post it, make it look pretty, or you could just buy it from Amazon for $8.
It's true, but you're still going to get those people that are going to leave that random review. What we do though is, and I don't know if you've automated this piece yet, but do you have an automated message that goes out night before saying, "Hey, collect all your belongings, leave a 5-star review," and then do you have
It
one that
doesn't
goes out
say
maybe two
leave a
days after?
five-star review. It says, it just reminds them to review us. We hope I just kept the same format that you, I didn't change anything. Or I maybe used I don't remember if I got it from you or I got it from Hospitable. But I can confirm that now.
You might have got it from, because the one that we use, right, ask for a 5-star review. So you might have got it from Hospitable, but I would recommend altering that. And I can share that with you a little later. I can actually copy and just
I
email it to you.
greatly appreciate that.
Desmond, how you doing?
What's up, man? I'm not too bad. How are you?
Hey, I'm super good. And I'm happy to see that you finally listed the thing,
Dude,
man. That took, I,
finally.
I was checking my watch. Like, what's
Man, you're
going
not
on?
the only one. It was finally, bro. And yeah, the second one is actually going live like tomorrow. So I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked. Yeah.
So a lot quicker with the second one.
A lot quicker with the second one. Well, really what it is that we were kind of setting them both up at the same time, right? And like, I closed in October and then Thanksgiving was the next month. So we had family coming in and like some family were staying with us. So basically both units were kind of getting set up at the same time, but I wanted to focus on at least getting one live first and then putting the other one up.
Alpha. What you got going on, man?
I'm at a pizza shop picking up some this pizza like that. Saying I got my sense of a bezel in the corner. Real estate night, I did have a guest that stayed from about Christmas Eve and right after New Year's. They just went out. Somebody else did check back in and somebody else was booked for a couple of days. So I think like I was pretty packed in December. We're looking like to be pretty tight January. I think it's pretty good so see. Other than that, it rained last night, so I got some water in my basement again. So I'm still trying to get somebody to come out and give me a go close to kind of fix that issue in the foundation. Other than that, the Airbnb's been going good and deal with that water. I do need to kind of figure out how to clean my gutter, and I'm still trying to contact the tax agent to figure out the cost segregation thing. That's about it.
No. Cost segregation, huge. I just found, I got an email like the other day. I think you talked about this, but I'm going to get it back for March, just in time for tax season. And it should be roughly 150K across 2 properties in savings. That's going to wipe out my W-2 from 2022, as well as some short-term rental income. So I'm excited. And then on the other piece, the gutters, I have a guy. Do you need like a gutter cleaning company, or are you trying to do this yourself?
Myself. The top one, basically, I want to get there safely. So I can do it myself. I'm just trying to decide what's the best way, what's the best approach.
Alpha, I don't want to see, anything on the news. All right. So if we need to hire somebody, we could do that, on the gutter
So yeah,
piece,
I can definitely use that guy. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out the foundation stuff right now with the water coming in. And also, I may pay the driveway. That might be a cheaper route than actually going in there and trying to set up the road. So if we have an app for a guy, I would definitely appreciate that.
Okay. And asphalt actually, like, because right now you have gravel, right? So you want to have concrete.
Like, especially the gravel got loose and it's just clay right now, so I can't even drive back there. So I'm thinking if I get asphalt, maybe that will allow the water to not kind of seep into the driveway and kind of make you collect in that house. That'll probably be about $3,000 to a lot cheaper than the foundation stuff that they kind of put it.
True, true. And the people that I've used were semi-expensive because I forget exactly why, but I needed it done quickly. The concrete guy that I did for the art house, he did a one car parking pad out front, and that was about 2,700. But I needed it done that week, and concrete was very hard to come by. It just depends on if it
I
is
mean,
hard to
we
come
could
by
pay
or
the
not
driveway
right
with
now.
concrete for
And
like
so, mm,
$24,000. That was the thing. Cause they calling me like 7,000 for foundation stuff. And I still need to fix back the drywall or to fix the driveway. Okay.
and here goes Desmond. Desmond, can you hear us?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm charging $100 for a normal cleaning, but Airbnb gives you that option for the short-term stay cleaning, right? And for that, I have it at $30. And all of the bookings that I've had so far, which have been about 12 to 15, have been short-term stays. Okay, I haven't had to stay over 3 days, and I think that's because of my proximity to the airport. And I market it as like, oh, close to the airport, come in, be close to your flight, yada yada. But I think that's what's kind of hurting me, right? Where it's not reasonable for the nightly rate to be $90 and then I have a cleaning fee of 100, right? I feel like guests won't be going for that. And then with my short-term fee of $30, I was trying to, and I still have a call that needs to be set up with Turnify to see if something can be worked out to say, hey, like, will you guys maybe offer some sort of short-term, cleaning offering, right? Because otherwise, I just don't see it being reasonable to use any sort of cleaner that's charging that sort of rate, right? And not accounting for the fact that it's like a short-term stay where it's only 1 or 2 days, where the guest is coming. So
Okay. That's the only piece that gets me a little nervous about booking.com, right? Having seen parties, things of that nature. Usually that'll happen with a bigger house, right? With the one, you're slightly protected because if you see more than two people pull up, it's like, hey guys, this ain't the place, right? For you. And so it's, yeah. And so with Airbnb, one of the things that they have and VRBO, when you first list is they have like an option where you can say, yes, I want to do a 20% discount for the first 3 stays. And I always recommend saying yes to that because that's going to, he'll be back on, but that's going to give you more views because they want to boost your posting so that you can see success. And as long as you execute on those first 3 bookings correctly and you get that, those 5-star reviews, things of that nature, it should be off to the races. Not to mention you're posting at a time where it is the low season, as we talked about before. When you get to that March timeframe, that's really where you want to be executing. And that's where you're going to make a lot of the dollars from that B&B. When it comes back on, the one thing I want to talk about is the cleaning piece and timing, right? Like your time is more valuable than going out, at least in my opinion, and doing the cleanings yourself. If you can hire, whether it's Turnify or if you want to use a local team could do a 1 bed, 1 bath for a lot less than Turnify, right? Back when I had just, the 2 B&Bs, I had a local team handling those two. And I think I was able to get the price to around 75 for the 1 bed, 1 bath, which is a lot less than that 100. But when you start to expand and get a lot of B&Bs going, it's the comfort of having that professional company that has multiple cleaners ready to rock, not throughout
Let me
the
come
ball.
back a couple of things that I was just like, one is if you're doing the cleanings yourself, because they're going to save on a lot of people. And the second thing I want to ask him was how big were his units? Because I'm about even from the airport. I'm assuming he's within that same range. All of mine have been on Airbnb. And one thing that I did for this unit right here, which I'm not sure if you agree with me, but I had one of my friends book the Airbnb and then write me a really good review that reviews everything that's in the Airbnb. Yes, it cost me some money, but they just came, they stayed for a couple hours, they left. They basically highlighted the things that I really good about the Airbnb. That started me off with a 5-star review. And then from then on, I might have ended up costing me $80 out of my pocket. And from then on, essentially, I got the ball rolling. Maybe if you do that for his first 2 units, he can kind of get the balls on, get that first 5-star review. The next person might not be as scared, continue good, excellent customer service. And from then on, just to get the balls on. So that's what I kind of did. Even for my Airbnb in Tulum, which I never been to Tulum, Mexico, but I have one out there. And yeah, things just kind of, I had somebody visit, stay there, and then kind of move over there.
Alpha, that is amazing advice. And you start moving so fast that you forget some of the things that you did before. And that's actually what I did for my first two. For my first one, which was underneath my house, I had my brother book it, right? He was the first booking. He gave me all the stuff. And hey, this is the best place to be, 5-star rating. And then for the other one, I had another friend book that one initially and give that 5-star review. So that's a great tip. It's just like paying for marketing, except it's just allowing, somebody to book during the week. If they can just book one day,
Exactly.
and you
Just
do a
one day
5-star
you end up
review
paying the occupational
to
tax
get you
out your
kicked off.
pocket. You give them back their money. Then you, for example, I highlight, I have a jetted tub. I have a nice big sectional couch. I'm able to in the airflow. You just kind of put those highlights in there just to build that foundation. And from then on, the Airbnb book will start rolling in. So hopefully Desmond comes back to me, kind of let him know.
Absolutely. We got to get him back into strong Wi-Fi. And to answer your question, he's doing 2 1-bedroom, 1-bath units near your area. And we have a chat from my guy, Paul, and he has some good advice here. Local teams can be found on Facebook groups. I used to hire them as contractors for my business at 60% of what I would charge other owners. And so you can definitely go to local Facebook groups. You've got to be a little wary with that. Make sure you vet each of these contacts. I can tell you that with the 2 local teams that I used to clean before I moved to like a large company, the first one I had was amazing. They went out there, they crushed it. We were growing quickly. We then overwhelmed them, right? It was a team of 1 person, then he had 3 people, then he had 4, and that was the max he could get. And they were working 7 days a week to try to hit all the units, and they were just getting burnt out. So he came back, he's like, hey man, we got to stop because I literally am not having family time, things of that nature. I was like, hey, that makes sense. What's up, everyone? This is Niyi Adewole, host of the Ekabo Home Financial Freedom Mastermind Group. This group meets virtually every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and the members of this group are committed to achieving financial freedom well before the traditional retirement age. So in this podcast, you are going to get VIP access to the conversations we have about different forms of investment and creative ways to get your dollars working harder for you than you originally worked to obtain those dollars.